Welcome to the Two-Man Podcast. I'm Carl Mattioli with my co-host Tyler Garnett, and we are here with Execute Order episode 66.
Hell yeah. This is the reason we started this podcast, is to get to episode 66. We have some actually great numbers coming up in these next few episodes.
Great numbers within the next 3 that I can really think of.
Yep.
So, Tyler, how about you tell the lovely people what we will be talking about on episode 66?
Of course. So as Carl kind of hinted to with his lovely rendition of the Stranger Things theme song, season 5 came out, the first 4 episodes, volume 1. So that's going to be a majority of the talk. I mean, there's a lot to digest, a lot to discuss in this episode about the 4 episodes that drop. And then we're going to try and switch to a little sports talk as well. Something that happened right after we recorded last time was fan favorite Brendan Nimmo got traded to the Rangers in the trade for Marcus Semien. So we're just going to touch on that a little bit to kind of set us up for our final topic of MLB free agents. Winter meetings start next week. Usually when a lot of free agents have the chance to sign or actually start signing, we'll see what happens. But regardless, me and Carl are going to take the top 8 free agents in our eyes, and we're going to predict where they're going to go. So, with that, Carl, I say we dive right into it in this Stranger Things episode. Me and Carl were very excited to talk about this. We really haven't shared our feelings, I feel like, outside of this podcast. So, I'm interested to see how you feel. Me and Carl thought the best way to break it down was maybe episode by episode, kind of keep us on track here. So we'll start with episode 1, The Crawl.
Yes.
What's your initial thoughts just from the first episode?
A lot of people online are hating on the first episode.
Really?
And said the next 3 were really good. But I liked the first episode. I liked Robin's recap. I thought it was a really clever way to kind of just basically explain why the hell because after season 4, it was basically like the hell's gates have opened to the real world. The Upside Down was legitimately bleeding into the right side up.
Yeah,
and I think Robin's recap was a good way to kind of explain that. I mean, I wish they did kind of like pick off where they left off, but I understand why they couldn't. I mean, the kids are a lot older now, so you have to kind of explain why like the kids look older. You have to explain why like things are happening, so you had to have some sort of time jump, So I liked it, and I really liked the concept of what they called the crawl. I thought that was really like interesting to see how it was able to get all of them involved. Not everybody's going to be able to fight demo dogs or like be able to like go into the world if like the military is basically locking everything down shut.
Yeah, of course.
But with the way they explained it with the crawl, it kind of like gave everybody a purpose. Like everybody had a reasoning to be involved in the actual crawl itself. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, you kind of took my first 2 thoughts. Is I thought like literally I looked at Taylor after the first 20 minutes. Like I think we were 20 minutes in, and it was them like explaining the crawl, and just it felt like peak Stranger Things, like right from the jump. I mean, the idea of a crawl was so cool, but then Nancy and Mike kind of take over as the leaders in their respective groups. I mean, Nancy's telling the route, Mike's telling the boys the route, Elle's training for Vecna. But, Hop's ready to go in for the crawl. The concept is so cool. And, we find out a little later, we won't jump ahead, but kind of crazy that Hop's doing this all by himself. The crawl's alone to find Vecna. We'll get into that a little bit later. But yeah, Robin in the studio is great. Awesome to have Murray back. He's funny. And it's nice to just finally, I mean, it wasn't that long to have the whole group together, but, because Dustin gets his ass kicked at the cemetery.
That was wild. I thought he was actually going to be cooked.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be banged up, but I think we had maybe 30 seconds of most of the gang together, even though Dustin wasn't at the radio station. But, it's not like summer in California, summer in Hawkins, summer in the Upside Down. For a while, we had everyone in the right side up together. obviously we don't get there, but I think I'm shocked to hear people didn't like episode 1 as much, because I thought it was straight from the jump just a great episode.
Yeah, man, I thought so too. I mean, even even like the like initial like them going into high school again, you have those feels, which I think is weird. They're on lockdown. Why the fuck are these kids going to school?
I also thought that too. It's so funny too. Like they're on lockdown, but yeah, you have to still go to school and do all
Still
this
go to
other
class.
stuff. Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, you actually might be dying because we don't know what the upside down is. You're quarantined, but you still have to go past physics class.
Yeah, and what terrible security they have at the gate with Murray coming
Oh,
in with
terrible.
grenades under lettuce. Like, that's not that genius. He's bringing in. He is. It's not like he has like a million things on the back of that truck to check. There's like 10 things in there that they would have to check and easily find the stuff he's smuggling in.
Yeah.
But you know,
that is such a. I did not even think about that. That is
yeah,
such a good point.
he's like sitting there, and it's not like he's sifting through stuff. He's got 10 things, and it's all for the gang. It's all for the party. And he's like, "Oh, look at this! Under heads of lettuce is grenades and you know shotgun shells and stuff."
And like, don't you think too that he would have they would have like like sniffing dogs at these
Yeah,
checkpoints? Like
yeah,
they have those like literally everywhere at every checkpoint you ever
yeah,
have, and you're telling me these dogs aren't sniffing the fucking ammunition and the guns and
yeah.
all that other bullshit that's on here?
Yeah, exactly, and they're quickly able. I mean, you know, I know they've been working on these ideas of a crawl for a while, but straight from the jump, I mean, they somehow were able to tap into a way to just know when a crawl is happening. I mean, Murray's got the, you know, he knows the shipments that are coming in,
Yep.
so and he's able to see like, oh, this is going to take 2 hours, so Hop will have probably 2 hours. Like they were quickly able to use their quarantine kind of wisely here and figure out the military. But another great point too, or another I guess storyline within season we see from episode 1 is just the love triangle between Steve, Jonathan, and Nancy, man.
Yeah. It makes me cringe like a
And
lot.
yeah,
Like I don't fuck with it really.
yeah.
Like it's
You know,
weird.
I have seen a lot of people talking about like Steve is kind of reverting back to just like his season 1, just kind of a douche kind of. I don't see it too much because you
I don't
know.
see it too much. I think it's just like I think people are reading too far into it.
Yeah, exactly. Like even when he, you know, he raises a good point. Like you need that devil's advocate when they're talking about the crawl. It's like maybe we killed Vecna. You know, he's like the only one to say like, hey, maybe he's dead. We've gone on multiple crawls. Like, hey, we shot him. We set him on fire. He could be dead. Obviously, everyone else isn't agreeing with him, rightfully so. But I don't think that's a problem to bring that up. Someone has to say it.
Someone's got
But
to say it.
what else is there to do? I guess in lockdown, I would go crazy if I couldn't go outside of my town. That's nuts.
I mean, they're the only ones that are like legitimately probably still sane because
Yes.
they have you know, a I guess they have a purpose. They have the crawl.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
and speaking of, I thought it was so smart how Robin uses the upside down or not the upside down, uses the song
Oh yeah.
upside down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like she plays that song and then she starts talking over it to explain like
Yep.
in code when
Yep.
the crawl is taking place. I was like, dude, this is so great because they like Stranger Things does such a good job of bringing music like full circle into the
Yeah.
storytelling.
Yeah.
And I thought that was just such a smart idea on how to bring it all together.
Yeah, honestly, how did it take him 5 seasons to come to use the song Upside Down? I mean, it's used
Right?
beautifully for sure, so I
It
ain't
was.
mad. But it was right there all this time. Like, how did they have the restraint to wait till season 5 to use that song? I mean, it's perfect for it. It's been stuck in my head ever since the episode came out.
Dude, it's so good.
Yeah, it was great. And yeah, obviously everyone's smart. Hopper and Joyce, nice to see a little them get to enjoy being a couple for a little bit, even though
Yeah,
it's
for
under
a
not the
little bit.
greatest circumstances.
Yeah, definitely not.
Elle's at like her strongest powers right now. She understands she has to charge up with the glass Gatorades and everything else.
Dude,
so.
she can fly now, bro.
I know she could
now.
fly. I know. Did you? I think it was yesterday that the Gatorades came out. I don't know if you.
Yeah, I didn't get any yet. I gotta go get some.
Yeah, I don't know where to look. But I'm maybe 7-Eleven or
Maybe.
I don't know.
I'm honestly gonna go look right after we record because
Yeah.
I completely forgot because I was working yesterday.
I know.
mean, dude, all the collabs have just been honestly crazy with
Yeah.
Stranger Things. I
Yeah.
mean, right now I'm wearing a Wrangler jacket that Steve wears in the show,
It's
and
fire.
Yeah, it literally you couldn't even tell it was Stranger Things. It says a little thing on the inside. It says always the damn babysitter Steve. And
That's
then on the
great.
tag it says like Wrangler times Stranger Things. They
Yeah.
have so many different collabs. I think Nike dropped like a bunch of shoes that all
Yeah,
the
yeah.
people wear. Um every store it seems like has their own version of just
Mhm.
Stranger Things merch. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, they have been pulling out all the stops for the final season of potentially the next Netflix's best show ever
Yeah.
created.
Do you think that they're gonna end up doing spin-offs?
I think so.
I think we could talk more about this after we finish the recap. I did
Sure.
see a rumor about what the spin-off could be.
Okay.
Um, but I think that they're not. I don't think Netflix is going to be done with the Stranger Things IP.
No, I don't
Uh,
think so. I don't think so either.
yeah,
I saw a funny TikTok that said, Netflix's headquarters on January 1st when Stranger Things is done, and all the lights just turn off in like this person's house because it's kind of what's been fueling, I feel like, Netflix for these last 10 years
yeah,
is Stranger Things. Granted, there's other good original and non-original shows and movies to watch, but I feel like Stranger Things is Netflix. You
yeah.
know,
I can't believe it took me this long to get into it, and now it's literally my life. I'm obsessed with it.
I know. I just said this to Jill, I think yesterday. I said, I'm so happy that Carl finally watched it. And now look how much he's loved it and he's caught up to everyone so quickly at a rapid pace because it's just a great show.
It is. It's like literally all over my For You page. It's
Yep.
amazing. It's great. It's
Absolutely.
great.
And I guess we'll kind of quickly go into the second episode here. It's titled The Vanishing of, and you see ...
Yeah.
But then after you see the opening scene, you realize the episode is The Vanishing of Holly Wheeler. And really just, again, from the jump, really shit hits the fan pretty quickly.
Man. Dude, I mean, also before like she gets taken in episode 2, they hinted at it in episode 1, which I thought they did really good at, was of like bringing up like her imaginary friend.
Yep.
Who like it was Mr. What's-It.
Mm-hmm.
Also in episode 1, I think it was end of episode 1 or early episode 2.
Okay.
I don't remember, but when Mike talks about like how he gives her the D&D piece,
yes,
and like says that like her name is Holly the Heroic,
mm-hmm.
and she's gonna be a cleric, and she's gonna have these powers to open portals to different dimensions. I think they keep doing this shit to like foreshadow what Holly's like role is going to be in the actual show, because they did the same thing with Will the Wise, which we'll get into later.
Yep.
But like even in past seasons, they said like Will the Wise, he had like foresight and stuff like that, and he was able to like see like what Vecna's plans in previous seasons before this one.
Yep.
So I think that's definitely, which I think is weird. It's like, how the fuck is it possible that these guys' D&D game revolves so much around what is actually happening in real life?
I know it is really funny. Also crazy for like just the character of Holly Wheeler herself to go from having like one line in like maybe 4 seasons
to having a huge plot line. Yeah,
exactly. But I'm glad you reminded me of Mr. What's-It, because I don't know why no one in the family was, or at least Mike and the gang was more scared about hearing about the imaginary friend. I think with all the trauma they've gone through, if I saw a light flicker, I'd be scared.
100%.
If my door randomly opened from like the wind outside, I'd think something's coming from the upside down. You're telling me she had an imaginary friend, Mr. What's-It, and not once did anyone think, wow, this is really weird, considering, Vecna's able to tap into people's minds?
Yeah, dude, and from the scene where she was outside talking to the guy, I was like, dude, that's Vecna. I said it to my brother we were watching, and I was like, that's Vecna. I was like, there's no way it can't not be Vecna.
Yeah, exactly. You find out right from the jump. I mean, I thought it was Vecna. It's crazy to see, him just as Henry, kind of. But yeah, why are they not more scared about that? Yeah, and then, we kind of jump a little bit to season 2. Kind of gets really tense there. It was nice to see Nancy and Eleven as a duo, driving up to the Wheeler's house to try and protect them from the Demogorgon. But
yeah, that was crazy.
It was crazy. We have to give a shout out to Ted and especially Nancy, not Nancy, Mrs. Wheeler.
Mrs. Wheeler, Karen Wheeler.
Yeah, for just absolutely giving their all against the Demogorgon and trying to protect Holly. Because boy, oh boy, on a bottle of wine. She gave it a shot. She gave it a shot.
Yeah, man. That whole sequence I thought was really really cool. Just like getting to see, because Ted and Karen have really kind of been in a bubble this whole series. They've never really encountered any of the crazy things that the kids have.
Yeah.
And give props to Karen and Ted.
Yep.
Ted I don't give much props to. I think that guy's a loser.
Well, yeah.
Loser.
Definitely.
But everybody else, I'll give Karen some credit. She was drunk as fuck.
Yep.
Defended her daughter with a wine bottle.
Yep. She was just ready to go wind down, take a bath, listen to a little ABBA. And instead, she's got to go fight the interdimensional demon, which is tough. Really crazy too, which we've seen a lot throughout the season, but especially in that episode, is in season 1, you were able to see the Demogorgon go through the buyer's wall. And then they kind of never revisited that they can kind of travel through a wall,
Yeah.
And now, I mean, these things are hopping through silos, they're hopping through walls, they're ripping open walls and immediately able to hop into the Upside Down. Like, I think that's so crazy and so cool.
It is so cool how they're able to do that. I think it's like, that's what's like the biggest, what I think is the coolest part about their, not even that they have no face and they're super strong.
Yeah.
Is that they have that ability to just like rip holes in dimensions is insane.
Yeah, it really is. So, you obviously see, unfortunately, Nancy and Elle get there a little too late.
Yeah.
And as of right now, the parents are still alive in not the greatest condition. I'm shocked that they're even in the hospital because
we need to talk about that. That's like what my biggest thing is, that like how inconsequential I feel like it's been. It's like, okay, you can't even kill off Ted or Karen.
Right.
You can't kill one of them off.
Yeah.
I would have been okay if they killed off Ted.
Yeah.
If they're like, oh, Karen survived because, Nancy got there, was able to put pressure on the wound, blah, blah, blah. But Ted was just up there.
Yeah.
He could have been bleeding out.
Yeah, they hit him in some pretty critical spots. It's not like they hit him in the arm. I mean, this is the chest. These are deep wounds. So it's so funny. Before we started watching, me and Taylor, I said over under 2.5 characters that get killed off. Not major, could be minor. I even said like the Wheeler parents. You could give me like anyone is like a named character. Keith from like the video store, like over under 2.5. Like, who do you think?
That's such a pull, bro.
I know.
Such a pull.
But that's what I was like, even minor characters, like 2.5, they got to kill some people. Like, this season's going to be nuts. And immediately we start watching episode 2, and like I see Karen and Ted get hit. I go, well, there's 2. Can we hit the over for one more? And then they get to the hospital, and they're like, I guess stable right now. I went, never mind. I guess the Duffer Brothers are all of a sudden afraid to kill people.
The fucking bitches, man. They didn't want to do it.
I know. They better keep the same energy for the next couple volumes, because there's some people I don't want to die. And if they do, I'm going to be upset.
Some of the guys who I don't want to die, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah, but I believe it was episode 2 was the shortest one. Was that the 54-minute one?
Yep.
Yeah. I still think, obviously, from the jump, it was crazy. And then you quickly, Nancy raised a good point. Like you said, the parents were in a bubble this whole time. I don't think it could have protected them, even if they knew what was coming.
Yeah.
But it's wild that this is their first taste into, the Upside Down and everything that's been going on. Yeah.
I mean, I think the best conversation probably out of the whole first 4 episodes was Nancy and Mike talking about how they could have potentially prevented this.
Yeah.
They kept their parents in a bubble because they didn't want to get in trouble. Like, they wanted to continue to keep doing what they were doing.
Yeah.
But like, even Nancy was like, Mike, we could have done something. And then Mike was like, rejecting at first. Mm-hmm. And then Mike eventually comes around and he's like, no, you're right. Like, I just wanted to say that to make myself feel better. But like, if we told mom and dad like the signs about Mr. What's-It, like maybe they would have known way earlier, and we could have found this out, because Karen was the only one that like talked to Holly about it.
Yeah,
she's
true.
the only one who had any insight.
Yeah, true. And even like, they're doing all these crawls and everything, but Nancy brings it up too. She's like, yeah, we could have done more. Like, we've known he's kind of been in front of us. They find out the whole time, really. And then eventually Holly gets taken. It's funny to see all the TikToks, the difference between Holly's experience in the Upside Down and Will's experience in the Upside Down.
Yeah.
We can kind of obviously dive into that. There's Vecna, and then there's Henry's memories and all this other stuff that is still to be unpacked. But I mean, Will, we saw from the first 5 minutes. I mean, he's got a shoot out of a Demogorgon. He's hooked up to, I don't even know what to call it. He's getting pumped with all this mind flayer stuff, or I don't know. And then Holly's over here, easy bake. She's listening to music. She's having the time of her goddamn life in a mansion.
Have you seen the memes of like it's like Will's version versus Holly, and it was Jonah Hill.
Yep.
And
that's the
Channing
exact
Tatum from the 21 Jump Street.
Yep.
It was like because they're both like tripping differently.
Yep.
That's like my favorite meme. I think that's come out of it.
Yeah, no, that's the one exactly that came to mind. I'm glad you saw it. It's pretty much sums up their experiences as well. And I believe, episode 2 ends with that big cliffhanger where, Holly gets the note, has to go into the woods and then into the cave. And immediately when you see the shoes at the end, who are you thinking that is? Did you have a guess? Before we eventually see that it is Max.
I honestly didn't have a guess. I had a feeling it was who it was, but I was like, wow, who is that?
Yeah, I honestly completely forgot about Max, because obviously we've seen it a couple of times still in a coma. But I didn't even have a guess. Everything, so much was going on, and I literally went, who is this? I had no guesses. And I saw Max, and I was like, oh shit, like this is interesting. And good to see Max's character still have a bigger role.
I was happy it was Max. I had a feeling, I don't know. I think, I wasn't thinking about Max because it was like, why would she be in Vecna's head?
True.
Because I did put 2 and 2 together that I thought it was like a memory escape.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought maybe it would have been like a younger, like Henry.
Yeah.
It could have been like a younger Henry Creel. But when I saw it was Max, it was like, wow, this is awesome.
Yeah, no, I think that's great, which kind of brings us a little bit to talking more about him in episode 3, the Turnbow Trap. I think
I loved that episode, dude.
I was about to say,
so great.
The episode is so great, and I say we start off right away with new character, Derek Turnbow. How we feeling about him?
Dipshit Derek or Delightful Derek?
Yep. How we feeling about him? I think he's great.
I thought he was great. I hated him. They do such a good job at making you hate him because Holly hates him. It's like a bully to Holly.
Yep.
So they do such a great job at making you hate him. And then dude, the way that he's just like laughing when they knock out the whole family.
Yeah.
And then he passes out. Oh, dude, he's so great.
He's so funny. Like he literally is just a perfect like little shit of just like a elementary school kid.
Yep.
That we definitely all grew up, having one or knowing one in our friend group or outside of it. But he is great. And I mean, it's kind of towards the end of the episode, but just their plan is one of the craziest plans maybe in all of the 5 seasons to kidnap the family, to knock them out and kidnap them is insane. And then put them at a barn and like tie them up is one of the craziest plans this group has ever had. And Joyce is like, yep, I'm on board.
I had such anxiety, dude, like watching them do that plan. And like when they were loading them into the truck, I was like, my heart is beating so fast. I was like, dude, if one of them wakes up, they're cooked. Like they're all getting arrested.
Yep.
Like the Stranger Things is over.
Yeah, literally. Forget dealing with the Demogorgon. They're in jail, and now they can't do anything about it. One other funny thing from like just all the seasons is really funny to think about is like, obviously Joyce having PTSD and being scared of losing Will again. So she's, at first trying to coddle him and be like, hey, you're not going to help out, in the van. You're not trying to do all of this. Like, Jonathan, you do it. It's like, that's your other son. Why are you also not afraid of that plan? But Will, you're trying to coddle, Or in other senses where it's like, hey, Will, you can't do that. 3 other kids that aren't my son, but are close enough to family at this point. You guys have fun in the Upside Down. It's like, why are you only so scared of Will at this point?
Oh, no, literally. And, I thought they did a good... I'm really happy that they're giving Will, his due diligence.
Yes.
Because I feel like he's been on the back burner since season 1.
Yes.
And, like, the whole, thing he had with the vision of, like, the sky.
Oh yeah.
When they were talking about the original plan, episode 1.
Yep.
I was like, oh my god, they're just gonna do the same trope again, where he's
Yep.
just like a literally a little he's just gonna be like, oh, I had a vision.
Yep.
Like he's just like the boy who cried wolf with
Yep.
these stupid visions.
Yep.
I was like, please don't do this again. But his interaction, I think, with him and Robin has been the best new duo.
Yep.
This whole series. So I really, really like the different monologues and like the different little stories that they've went on with each other. So
yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of new groups this season that have gotten to hang out, but probably Will and Robin are right at the top. Obviously, they have other things that they're probably eventually going to work for. Will gets to see Vicky and Robin together, so it's been kind of seems highlighted or at least foreshadowed that Will has some feelings towards some other people.
Yep.
That I'm sure we'll get into. Whether it might be Mike or who might it be. But the internet's big on Byler. But
the internet is big on Myler.
yeah, but anyway, so yeah, Robin and Will have been great. They figure out that Will can tap into it, and instead of Will just being like, "Oh, I had this feeling," or constantly falling asleep or getting hurt every time something gets hurt in the hive mind, like he finally is able to tap into it and understand that he's able to see through the eyes of the Demogorgon.
Yep.
He might have even saved his mom.
I think he definitely did.
I think so too, because. Listen, we saw those Demogorgons go against guns and flamethrowers in Russia. I don't think they're afraid of a 5-foot one lady with a shovel or whatever she had at the time.
With an axe.
Yeah, an axe. Yeah, it's like I think he definitely influenced that a little bit.
1000%.
Yeah,
I think it was like definitely not intentional. I think he definitely was just acting off feeling.
Yeah, so the Turnbow Trap plan is great. I mean, that house is never the same. I can't believe how many bottles of wine they broke.
Oh my god! You know how much money and wine they probably broke?
So much. Yeah, which is.
But that scene itself was just so sick. I loved everything about it. It gave me such Home Alone vibes.
Yes. Oh yeah.
It was sick.
It was great too, but it was so funny too that like Steve saw a chainsaw and he's like, "Well, this is mine. Forget an axe. Forget a shovel. Cuts the whole floor." He's like, "We're trapping them down here. We're doing all this." And just one of my favorite scenes too is like right at the end where, Steve's like, I'm going to try and go through the silo to the upside down. Like, it's got to be like a popper or a bopper. I think it is like the peanut butter. He's like, maybe it's like that, like crunchy on the outside, soft on the inside. Like, let's try and go through. And one of my favorite reactions is just like, boom, they're in the upside down. And they're just all so excited that they made it through. I'm like, I don't even think they realize they're in the upside down. This is like their playground.
They're like, we're not dead. We're not dead.
I was like, little did they know, like, this is not a playground, but they've treated it so much like a playground because Hop's been going in there a bunch. Obviously, 11's in there now, and now the 4 of them are in there too. So now half the gang's in the upside down.
Dude, so it's such a really like because those guys have all been in upside down though, except even Dustin. So they were like, "Oh fuck it, like we've been in upside down."
Yeah, no, exactly.
So they're like, "It's whatever."
Yeah,
but you forget that they were all in the upside down. Like Jonathan was there he wasn't last season, but in episode 2 or 1, he was in the upside down.
Yeah, he was in the upside down, I believe.
He was in the upside down with Nancy. Yeah. Nancy is the undefeated. She's been in there the most.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, this is my backyard. This is fine.
This is my backyard.
Like, that's why immediately she was the one who was like, Steve was thinking about it. The other 2 were scared, and Nancy's like, do it. Go for it.
Yeah, just do it. Steve and Dustin were there in season 4. But they're like, yeah, fuck it. Like, we're back in our sandbox. Like, we got this.
No, absolutely. And, I guess someone we haven't talked about either, too, is like the storyline's pretty cool, but just with like Hopper and Elle down there.
Yeah, when Elle even went in there in episode 2, I was like, damn, like how? But I also don't understand how they get them out. Well, like they have to track them. You know what I mean? Like they have to track them, like Hopper, and like with the tracker, like in the right side up.
Yeah.
So how do they get him? How do they extract him out after the crawl?
I just assume that he hops back on the trucks that come out. I don't think he was supposed to deviate that far from the route, or he knows their route, and eventually after like 2 hours and he knows they're leaving, he just has to get back on the truck in time. and hope he doesn't get caught, I guess, is the only thing I could think of. But it's a good
See, like
point.
what I was thinking is like because there are multiple like openings
Yeah.
in like the upside down to the real world that they just patched up. They would just have to like go to the nearest one.
It's a fair point too, maybe.
But then like when they're in the upside down though, like that was my initial thought, and then when they were there, Elle and Hopper are like, "Oh, we need to figure out a way to get home." How do you not
Oh,
know how to
true.
get home?
True. I see what you're saying. That's a good point. Because couldn't it just be the same? Maybe there's only the one opening then, I guess.
But not because not really because then I mean we're jumping ahead a little bit, but then in
Yeah.
4 they start coming from underneath the grates
True.
that they patched up.
True. But
So like
that's a lot of
it's
power.
it's
Yeah,
still a technical gate. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah. No, it's a good point. I don't know if we'll ever figure out, but I see what you're saying. But it's unfortunate too. It seems like the military has finally found a little kryptonite for 11. That's messed up. That's messed
Fucked
up.
up.
Yeah, that was mean.
Not nice. Not
No,
nice.
not very nice. Even crazy to see that they have a military base in the Upside Down, just chilling.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know how that's possible. With how scary the Upside Down was made out to be in the first few seasons, that you could
No,
just
seriously.
set up shop, have helicopters down there, and all this stuff. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, Jim Hopper also too is just like he's built different, man.
He
He's
really
just
is. He
built
has 2
different.
grenades. He's so happy
Yeah,
about it,
what?
like throwing and blowing up military people. Like he was getting a lot of high. He
He's
was back to
literally
his
the
military days.
he's literally the John Wick of the Stranger
Yeah,
Things universe. Like you
yeah.
don't want to go up against Jim Hopper.
No, you really don't. And especially having Elle as a sidekick now too. He's like, I
Oh
don't even
yeah.
need bullets. If she's fine, I mean, I have protection right now. Yeah, so that was cool. And then I think we've all been waiting to talk about it, but episode 4, which is just maybe one of the best episodes out of any of the seasons,
Oh, so good.
Sorcerer, which where shit really hits the fan and everything kind of culminates and comes together in Hawkins. And you get the plan of trying to get the kids to escape from the military base, which is funny, and kind of leads to the end where we get to see Vecna in the real world for the first time with his new body.
Dude, that body is so crazy, bro. That body is so insane.
He's been working on. He's been working out in the Upside Down. He's working on getting the smaller waist.
Dude,
He
he
looks
snatched. That's like my favorite thing was that they said he snatched, bro.
I
Oh
know,
my god, I
dude. I
cry
know
every
the
time I see
TikToks have
that.
been. The internet obviously stays undefeated. But literally, I knew Vecna was alive from trailers and stuff, but I still had goosebumps. The little slow motion Mike looking at the gate, and just you
Yeah.
see a shadow coming in slow motion, and you're like, oh shit,
You're like,
oh
it could only be
no,
one person. We're
yeah.
fucked.
And boy, oh boy, does he not hold back. I mean, immediately in record time, he didn't even need the Demigorgons. He took out the entire military. I mean, he was throwing fire at them. He was pulling pins out of grenades. He
Dude,
put
so
his
sick.
twigs through that guy's face. That was one of the most gruesome scenes I've ever seen, of him putting his hand through the back of that guy's head. I mean,
Dude, he's
insane.
literally Groot.
He literally
He's
is
literally
Groot now.
Groot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they definitely took some stuff from Groot.
Inspo. Some
Yeah, some
inspo from
inspiration
Groot.
from Groot. But yeah, I mean, how did you feel at the end of that episode?
Um, I literally was cheering. I was like, let's fucking
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
It's like crazy that you're like cheering because at the end of that episode, they do take all 8 kids.
yes,
So all 8 of them have been taken.
yes,
And so it is like, damn, you lost.
yeah,
But boy, did we win. Boy, did
yes,
we win.
yes.
When Will is unveiled to have powers after just being shit talked
Yep,
by Vecna. Vecna was literally like, "You ain't shit, kid.
yep, yep, yep,
You are weak.
yep,
You're the reason why I picked you because you were the weakest of them all.
yep,
You were the first, and now I'm
yep,
gonna make all these other kids better than you."
yep. Yeah,
I was like, "Damn,
he was literally like, "Hold my beer,"
wow,
because I thought too. Then I was like, "Uh oh." Now these demigorgons are going after, or as they say in the season, demos. Because I feel like they didn't
yeah,
want to say demigorgons a lot. As the demos are going after all his friends, Will's able to see it, and once again, the relationship between Robin and Will were able to help Will realize, hey, instead of hiding from it, being scared of it, I'm going to embrace it, and I'm going to be able to do it. And My God, he did the thing.
Dude, I think he's so the Duffer Brothers came out. All right, so all spoilers, obviously, guys.
Yeah.
But the Duffer Brothers came out and said that he technically doesn't have his own powers.
Yeah.
He's through the hive mind. He is basically using Vecna's powers.
Makes sense.
But what I was saying was Vecna, when he was in a like not like looking at you.
Yeah.
Like when he was in the Upside Down, he wasn't able to affect 3 people at once at the same time.
True.
Like to kill them.
Yeah, and I know exactly. When I didn't know what was going to happen after he kind of like froze them all in their tracks. Yeah. But I didn't expect him to lift them up and kind of break all their limbs and neck like Vecna did in season 4, which was
crazy, dude.
Absolutely nuts. And it's so funny just seeing Joyce's face, and everyone's face is just unbelievable to kind of be like, oh shit! Like I can't wait. I hope 11 eventually gets out and is able to like team up.
Dude, and like that shot with him wiping the blood from his nose.
His eyes are looking like the Undertaker.
Fucking cold. Yeah, literally looking like the Undertaker.
Yeah. When they finally cut to him and his eyes are backwards, and I'm just like, oh shit. And he's able to save everybody. And like you said, they might have lost the 8 kids, but they have another, powerful member on their team. And actually, something we kind of glossed over too is the big reveal at the end of episode 3, who's locked up in the.
No, that was in 4.
Is it at the end of 4 too?
4,
so even better. So at the end of 4 too, another thing. Did you think it was Vecna?
I did not think it was Vecna. I knew from the jump it wasn't Vecna. I thought that would have been too easy.
I thought it'd be too easy. I thought no way the military was able to capture him. I didn't really have another guess as well, but did you have a guess? What were your thoughts leading?
I thought it was 8 from the jump.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really cool that they revealed it as that.
Yeah.
I mean, also too, a cool kind of like subtle reveal that they realized or they announced was Dr. K has been like experimenting on these people down there. And she thinks that 11 is the one who's orchestrating all this. They don't even know who Vecna is, which I think is crazy.
Yeah.
A crazy thing for them to assume that it's L. But I think Dr. K knows that there's somebody else out there.
Yeah.
But you know what? Maybe she doesn't. Because I think Dr. Brenner was the only one who knew about Vecna.
Yeah.
It was about Henry Creel.
It's possible. Me and Taylor talked about that too. It's like, I know those military guys got pretty much all killed, but maybe not. Even if one of them lived who got destroyed by Vecna, maybe one of them just got badly burned. I don't know. We'll see. But I hope one of them finally realizes you guys have been chasing the wrong person for the last couple of years. You guys are all putting all your resources into getting L. L is one of your last saviors. Yeah. Guns don't work. None of this stuff works. This whole party understands you have to start collabing with her. You can't be chasing her and scaring her off. Like, I don't understand why this whole time they're like, well, it's 11. It's 11. It's the girl. It's the girl. It's like, there is something much worse out there, guys.
There is something much bigger than this.
Yeah. Exactly. So, obviously, the episode with the sister, I feel like gets so much hate. Everyone says it's the worst episode. I kind of feel the same way, but I'm not mad that she's back. I mean, listen, she's powerful. They need numbers.
Yeah.
They need numbers.
Well, I mean, what I think is great that she's back is that it kind of like makes that episode a little bit more meaningful because now you know who she is.
Sure.
I also don't think that episode is as bad as everybody says.
Mm-hmm.
I just think I think with Stranger Things, I think every season and pretty much every episode has been a banger. So even like the worst episode of Stranger Things could be the best of another series.
I see what you're saying.
So, obviously was it the worst out of the series? Probably.
Yeah.
But I still think it wasn't a terrible I guess episode of TV,
Yeah, no, I agree. And they definitely could use her. So
yeah, but so that whole sequence of them breaking into the military base in the Upside Down, I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
Elle was training pretty much for that, like it was foreshadowing. She had to jump over like the bus, she has to jump over the fence.
Yep.
I also thought it was crazy that she put 2 and 2 together, that the lightning struck every 7 seconds.
Yeah, that was interesting. Good for her.
I wonder what that reasoning is. I think that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, fair.
And then I think that the reveal of Hopper having
Yep.
the fucking the bomb vest underneath his jacket. Like, can they stop pump faking my guy's death?
Dude, I know. It's so funny too, because I think it's right. I think it's in episode 1 where Hopper's talking to Joyce before the crawl
Yep.
and goes, if I run into him, I'm gonna ducktail and run. I'm gonna tucktail and run. And then he goes, I'm crazy, but I'm not that crazy. Little do we know, he's full of shit. He's nuts. He's out of his mind. He has dynamite strapped to his chest. And every time he goes down there, if he saw him, he just assumed that was going to work. Guns don't work. You guys lit him on fire. You think you suicide bombing him is going to work as well? No.
Yeah, man. His blood splewing all over him is going to kill him.
Like, what was your thinking? And that's why he obviously never want Joyce or anyone to join him. But anyway, regardless of the dynamite, him going in there solo every time was nuts. But now we know why he wanted to go solo. But yeah, when he was walking back there, like, Taylor paused there for a second. She's like, I can't watch this again. I said, we don't know. We don't know. I don't think Vecna's in there. I don't think he's going to blow up. Let's just watch this through. And she's like, I swear to God. I was like, nah, I think they're teasing us again, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately. I think they're teasing us again, which they shouldn't be teasing at all. But I'm like, Hopper's not blowing himself up here. He's just not doing it.
I mean, that did make the reveal of 8 way better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah.
Also, too, I thought, which was cool, was when Dr. K, or like that stupid fucking lizard thing, has Hopper up.
Yeah.
The worm thing or whatever the fuck it is, I don't even know.
Yeah.
When they have like Hopper up, she basically explains, like, which we kind of knew this already, but kind of just like shows by science.
Yeah.
Is that in the cold they're way stronger than in the heat.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw people online being like, it's just so inconsistent. Like the Demogorgons like are like the power scaling's like off. Like why in episode 4 it was the one Demogorgon taking on like the whole prison, but in this one Demogorgon it can't even take on Karen Wheeler.
Yeah, no.
And it was like because that was in Russia, a really cold place, so it was at its like peak like power scaling.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. That's a fair point.
Yeah, and then they were saying this. Also, they realized that if you hit the face of the Demogorgons, like the inside like flaps of like their face, it makes them weaker. So Karen, when she first hit him right in the face, so that weakened the overall body.
Yeah. Now people, like you kind of mentioned at one point too, people were diving too much into it, like looking for flaws about the show. Even at one point, like when Will does his has his little flashbacks in his head, and him and his brother are making, the fort out in the woods. He mentions in season 2, Jonathan, that they stayed up all night and it was pouring in the woods when they finished it. And everyone was like, oh my God, the Duffer Brothers can't even remember that. Like he said it was raining and it was nighttime. That wasn't rain or nighttime. He said when they finished it, that was not finished in that flashback.
Not finished in that flashback.
So I think people are looking way too much into it.
Each one of those flashbacks was from season 2 though, which I thought was cool.
Which is very cool. Yeah, but again, you're looking if you want to look into it, listen to the wording. They said finished. That was not a finished product. So yeah, it's interesting to see where they go. They've definitely set up for a little redemption tour potentially for Henry Vecna. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, a quick couple of things we missed over our recap was Steve and Dustin's relationship. How do you feel about it right now?
I'm hoping they're just they don't want to give us sunshine and rainbows for every episode. So I think they're just building it up. They're going to be fine.
I think so too.
Very unfortunate right now to see how Dustin's acting. He's really acting. He still hasn't gotten over Eddie.
I don't put any blame on Steve.
No, of course not.
It's all Dustin.
Dustin is being a little whiny bitch right now. But again, he's also gone through a lot of trauma. So everyone's taking it differently. I mean, he lost Eddie. The Hellfire Club, everyone's still kind of making fun of him, even though he knows the truth about Eddie. But that will never be able to get out about how Eddie was like a hero. So yeah, unfortunate to see that relationship. But it's just Dustin right now. I think he's going to get there. soon.
I think so too.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the other thing too is I don't think he's dead, but when the next volume opens up, Murray is banged up in that truck. He
Oh
never got out of the
yeah.
truck with Robin. It was only Robin.
Oh yeah.
Because me and Taylor watched it twice already. The
Me
first
too.
time, the first time I watched it, and I was like, "Why did Robin only get out of the truck?" I'm like, that's crazy. She only got out. Like it fell on her side. You think she'd be more banged up? But then rewatching it, it falls on Murray's side, the truck, and his face is getting rubbed against the ground. I mean, I don't think he's dead, but he is not great either. He is banged up, and he might also be down for the count for the next few volumes or episodes because he's not great. He's not great.
Well, there goes their fucking supplier, dude.
I know. They're going to have someone else possibly do that because I don't see how he's going to be able to drive that truck back. Well, the truck's banged up one, but he's messed up. I think for sure is kind of just looking ahead here.
Didn't even think about that. Oof, poor
Yes.
Murray, bro.
Murray's messed up, and I think another talking point that a lot of people came out with was I don't even know how to explain it, but people I guess upset that if they don't see the play, they don't know what's going on.
Yes, I was just about to bring this up. Yep.
Yeah, so I don't know how
Yep.
you feel about. I know how I feel, but I'm interested to see your thoughts about because you might know a little more about the play, but maybe talk a little bit about that.
Well, yeah. So, 100%. I think that this season especially has so much to do what happened in the play because a lot of the videos that I personally keep seeing, we talked about this. I've seen so many theory videos. It's all over my FYP page, and a lot of the theories stem from the play.
Yes.
People who have seen the play.
Yeah.
So essentially, the play that is on Broadway and is in the UK version of Broadway, Stranger Things: The First Shadow, basically follows Henry Creel becoming Vecna. So quick synopsis of the whole thing is in season 4 we find out that Henry Creel kills his family and then basically gets taken by Brenner, and then he's in that same hospital that Eleven is at.
Yeah.
In the First Shadows though, you find out that he actually got teleported to Dimension X before he went to Hawkins.
Okay.
So he was and apparently that cave where Max is hiding out in is where he initially got teleported.
Okay.
To. So apparently in the play, he goes him and his family go on this trip to Nevada. They go to the caves.
Yeah.
Henry Creel wanders off in the caves. He accidentally gets teleported to Dimension X. He's gone for 12 hours and he gets powers from going to this different universe.
Yeah.
He comes back. Apparently his mind is possessed by the Mind Flayer. And essentially, he goes to high school with Jim Hopper, Joyce, Steve Harrington's parents, and then he kills his parents, and then he gets taken by Brenner, and then that's how it basically adds all the way back up to Stranger Things season 4.
Gotcha.
But if you didn't see the play, you wouldn't know any of about this. So everybody's why the hell? This is a huge pivotal thing. I think they're gonna touch on it and go over it in the next volume.
Yeah.
But still, people are why do we have to go watch the play to find this out?
Yeah, but kind of the thing is, I'm sure from the play there's even more than you just gave me the quick synopsis. Yeah. But I think people are again getting too quickly bent out of shape.
I agree
because we haven't yet seen the next few episodes. I guarantee they're going to explain all that in the next few episodes. If they don't, then I understand being mad about not seeing the play. Yeah. But even seeing in the captions, in the comments, people from a different country are I'm not traveling to New York City just to see a play. How dare you make us think that? But I really think if you saw the play, you're just going to have better theories or have a better idea of what's going on a month ahead of everybody.
A month ahead of everybody, yep.
And then once they explain it, they're going to go, cool, I'm glad you saw the play. We also have the same information now. Thank you very much, So
I think that's exactly what's going to happen. So I mean, that's what I also thought was really cool about Max's thing was that she got to see that. They hinted at it,
exactly. I was just
in
about to
in
say,
they
yeah,
hinted at it in Max's thing. They hinted at that Henry Creel did know Joyce and them because it was in the same play as them. But makes me be like, how the fuck does Joyce not remember who Henry Creel is? How does Hopper not remember who he is? Like,
yeah,
what the fuck? Like, was he that
yeah.
insignificant to you guys?
That does raise a good point, which makes me, could just be why he's going after Hawkins and their kids. I mean, maybe they were all mean to him in high school and they bullied
Yeah.
him, so could be a reason, kind of a story for why he's looking for a little revenge here, why he's going after Holly and the Wheelers, why he's
I
going
saw
after.
I saw a theory being like Vecna could have easily killed Joyce.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he didn't. That's why he just sent her off to the side. It was like, oh, because like he didn't really hate Joyce
Yeah.
like in high school. Like Joyce
Yeah.
was nice to him.
Maybe. Which is very yeah, because actually you do hear in that little like Max memory that she's like, "Oh, don't be mean to someone." I don't know, what am I thinking of? But anyway, but also maybe that's why the Wheelers are still kind of alive. Maybe he doesn't want them dead; he wants them just hurt. But to see that what his plan is going to be is going to ruin Hawkins, so he's like, "I don't want them dead. I want them to see what I'm going to do to them and their families and everyone."
That's a really good idea as well.
It's just it's a thought, but yeah, I just wanted to touch on that because people are like, oh, it's the cave, all this stuff, but it's like you just kind of told me. I figured there was a significance there, and I figured they're going to touch on the significance of that cave. So
yeah, the last thing too that I want to mention too was the wall. That was a huge thing that they kept bringing up in Upside Down.
Interested in that, yeah.
And I'm excited to see what it ends up being because, like, Dustin, he did the math, and Steve's like, nobody gives a fuck because we don't know what it is. Which I was pissed off about Steve about that. I was like, why are you giving Dustin a hard time? Tell him good job, buddy.
Yeah, literally. I know. It's like, geez, be a little nicer on the kid. He just can't realize something here. You know?
So I'm excited to see what that ends up happening because it looks like they're going back to Hawkins' lab for that.
Yep.
So excited to see where that ends up turning out. But the theory that I saw was that apparently Callie, number 8, she can use her mind to create things in other people. So what if the wall isn't actually real?
Yeah.
She was in the military base making that wall.
Could be. That's a good one too. And kind of some theories I saw is like past that a little bit is like how important she's going to be kind of going forward. Maybe she'll be able to get in Vecna's mind and make him see things, old memories that he doesn't like. Maybe you bring Max into it to help out a little bit. They could go a lot of different directions, but God, this month can't go quick enough.
I know, dude. The 2 theories that I wanted to talk to you about was my personal theory. I'll end with that one.
Sure.
And this will be our last Stranger Things, I guess, top, unless you have more to say after I say this.
No, I think, yeah.
But the first one I saw was prior to the show releasing, was that in season 4, there were like maybe Eddie's campaign foreshadowed what happens with Vecna because Vecna was the main villain in Eddie's campaign in episode 1 of season 4. So Dustin rolls an 11. It's not enough.
Yep.
They flash to Lucas wearing number 8, who is her sister.
Yep.
And then Erica has to roll a 20.
Yep.
To finally beat Vecna.
Yep.
11.
Yep.
Plus her sister 8.
Yep.
And then prior to the season, people were saying, what if Vecna turns back to the good side?
Yep.
And it's number 1.
Yep.
Right? So prior to seeing these 4 episodes, I've seen theories being like, now it doesn't need to be Vecna.
No.
It's Will.
Yeah, because you could go different ways with Will. You could say Vecna calls him his first, child he took. So you could go with that one theory. Or like you said, Will doesn't have powers. They're coming through Vecna. So you could kind of say that's one as well because it's one's powers. Yeah, no, I do really like that theory.
I really like that theory. I mean, I'm going to be kind of upset if that ends up turning out to be what it is.
Yeah.
But just because it got spoiled for me, but I would be really happy. I'd be like, I fucking told you guys.
I know. I didn't even realize that the 8 was on the Lucas's jersey. I didn't even realize that was his number. That's a really cool touch too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the one problem it's not even talking about Stranger Things, but with theories and that, because I do love them as much as the next. Because obviously my TikTok also has been filled with them. But
Yep.
it's unfortunate
with
some.
I can't go away from them, dude. I have to watch all of
Exactly.
them.
And I love watching them too. I know I make fun of you a lot for all the theories, but I also watch them just as much. And it's unfortunate because there's so many out there, and people go back to seasons. They use plays, they use comics, they use Dungeons and Dragons. Like they have so
Yep.
much backup information that you go, oh well, they're probably at least 90% right. And
Yep.
it's unfortunate because like the theory we just said, it's like we don't know how it's going to happen, but we know these three are pivotal in getting them. So strap in, fellas.
Tap in, man. And then the last one that I had was about 8, and they were saying that what if 8 and Vecna had been working together this whole time all along?
Oh boy.
I didn't really like that one.
Yeah.
But this is why I came up with my own theory based off of this one. So you ready for this?
Yeah, okay.
All right. So 8 in season 2 tells Elle to use her anger to make her powers stronger.
Mm-hmm.
It works. Vecna tells 8 in season 4 to use a past memory to strengthen your powers. So both using the emotion of hate and like pain to just like in Star Wars, to like a Sith uses their anger to like make their powers stronger.
Yeah.
What does Will use at the end of episode 4 to strengthen his powers? That arguably is the biggest feat of any character.
Fair enough. But he does use some good memories from his past.
He uses good memories, and he uses his love.
Yeah.
For those characters.
Yeah.
So my theory is what if Will now teaches 8 and 11 to use the power of love and like good memories to strengthen their powers, and that's how they end up beating Vecna in the Mind Flayer.
That could be. I do like that one. That's a good theory. I like how you use that.
That I think, out of all the theories I've seen, I think that was the best one.
That's a great
because
one.
I think the Duffer Brothers said they kept drawing from different things.
Oh yeah, and you can see it in all these episodes.
I mean, like the episode we were talking about, the Turnbow Trap. I think that gave me Home Alone vibes. Yep. The scene where they're driving through the backyards. I was like, dude, that's Ferris Bueller. Like I was like, that's hilarious.
Or even like when in the tub, it's like that seems like Jurassic World or
exactly. Like they're drawing from all these different pop cultures, which I think is great. It's really cool. I think that's why Stranger Things is just so great. They're able to pull from these things. But I think if they do that, it'll be very similar to like being like Star Wars, saying like you don't have to use like your emotions of anger. You can use like love and hope.
Yeah. Yeah,
and that's how they win. That's how they win, baby.
That'd be a great way to win.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I know we kind of talked a lot about this, and I did
talked for an hour about fucking Stranger Things.
About 4 episodes of Stranger Things. Picture when the finale comes out, guys. We're gonna have to have a 2-parter here.
No, literally, we're gonna have to record multiple times.
Yeah, and I'm sure somehow we probably missed a few points, but that's how we feel about it. We're interested to see how you guys feel about it.
Yeah, seriously.
There's so many other things that we haven't even dived into.
Head first.
Yeah, head first into. But yeah, it's great to be back. This one at least dropped before Thanksgiving. I know you watched on Thanksgiving. I did the day after.
Yeah.
Next one's Christmas and New Year's. So
yeah, I'm watching that as soon as it comes out.
Yeah, so that's gonna be sad. But I needed to be here for multiple reasons. I can't wait for Christmas. I also can't wait for Stranger Things Volume 2. And yeah, that's I think that's how we feel about that.
Yeah, man. I think it's so funny. The memes I'm seeing is like rest of my family going to open up presents Christmas Day.
Yep.
Me running downstairs, turning on my TV to watch Stranger Things.
Yeah, or even the other one of like everyone opening the presents all happy, and then it's just someone throwing their tree. It's like I had to watch Steve Harrington sacrifice himself.
Dude. Yeah, he can't die. Steve can't die.
No, he can't. Well, we won't even get into it actually, but at one point we did miss, and it's going to be interesting. It makes a sacrifice of either Jonathan or Steve is dying. But one thing that's now in the mix that makes it even more interesting is the engagement ring. How's that going to work out?
Yes, we forgot about that. That's why I think Jonathan's going to die, because he has a fucking engagement ring.
I think so too, but I still don't think Steve and Nancy can get together because, I mean, she's going to be grieving, but damn it.
I don't know.
Anyway.
I don't know. I think maybe they'll take a break. they'll both go their own separate ways.
Maybe I don't even think we have time to get into it. Maybe next time we talk Stranger Things, but that could lead to some spin-offs where we see a little future of people going out.
Yeah, the quick spin-offs that I heard as rumors was a Nancy spin-off.
That'd be cool. I mean, she's a great character. The whole Wheeler family in that season is great. I mean, the Wheelers really control this season in the best way possible.
They just control the whole narrative, in my opinion. They just control everything.
Yeah, no, I agree. So
sorry, my laptop was going to die, so now we're facing a different direction.
Oh no, you're all good. You get to see all your lovely Funko Pops you got back there.
Hopefully, is it charging now? Though.
Hopefully.
Oh, it's not charging.
So no! Oh no! Yeah, but we'll call deals with technical difficulties. Oh, we might lose him. Oh no, he's still here.
I'm listening.
Sounds good.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, no, I said you left for a second, but Carl is still here, so we're all good. I know we talked your ear off.
Got it.
Beautiful for a while about that. Me and Carl had a game. You still want to just get into it? Maybe rapid fire at the end here.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, sounds good. What happened to you? Your headphones aren't even working anymore?
Yeah, because I had to unplug it so the laptop doesn't die. So
gotcha. But yeah, how about we just rapid fire some MLB at the end here just to throw some sports in? Sound good?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, me and Carl are going to go through 8 of the top MLB free agents. This isn't the last time we'll do it. We know we're going to miss some guys. But starting off, Carl, Alex Bregman, where do you think he ends up?
I think the boring answers, I think he goes back to the Red Sox. But my fun answers, I think he goes to the Cubs.
Okay, that's a fun answer. That's a nice one.
So I'm going to stick with that one.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think he goes to the Tigers. I think teams up with his old manager, AJ Hinch, that's on the rise.
I really like that one.
Yep.
That's a good one.
And then next person, someone near and dear to our heart. Last year, around this time, actually, when we were on the podcast, was breaking news of him signing. Hopefully that happens again, maybe. Cross our fingers. It would be. But Pete Alonso, where do we think Polar Pete is going to end up?
He's back to the Mets, baby. I don't think anybody else is going to give him the money that he wants. Steve Cohen is just going to empty the bag, do it for the fan base. He already just gave away, which we forgot to touch on, Brett and Nimmo. We just traded away another heart and soul of the Mets. So, again, very sad to see Nimmo go. He was a beloved player. I really still don't really love the trade. I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to shake up the core. But I think if you just let Pete Alonso go and you could have offered him more money, it's one thing if you offer him money and he takes another deal somewhere else because he doesn't want to be here. That's one thing, but he wants to be here. So
exactly, I feel the same way. I mean, we saw the lineup with Simeon and no Nimmo, and obviously Alonso's not there either. I mean, that lineup looks weak. Seeing Vientos at first base, you're not going to find another first baseman that can get that kind of production. People shit too much on his defense. I think it's good. So you'll be fine. I think he goes back to the Mets as well.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, next, other side of New York, free agent that they have is Cody Bellinger.
Good call. I'm going to be boring again, though, and I'm going to say he's going to be the Yankees.
Yeah, I think we have similar thoughts because I also think he goes back to the Yankees. I don't think they can lose a Soto replacement who had such a career year.
You know where I've been seeing people saying that he's going to potentially go?
Where?
The Mets.
Yeah, I know they're in the mix for him. It's possible.
I don't hate it. I also don't love it. Let the Yankees have their guy. That's fine.
Yeah, the only thing that it would help if it went to the Mets is you put Pete at DH and Bellinger at first because Bellinger can kind of move around. Yeah. That's just things I've been seeing. But listen, I feel the same way. Just go get Pete back. I think he goes back to the Yankees. He had a great year there. Why switch it up?
Yeah.
Definitely the top free agent reliever out there. Another Met guy, Edwin Diaz. Where we think he's going?
I have a fun one for this one.
Okay.
I think he's going to the Yankees.
Oh my God. How that would upset the fan base.
We just took Devin Williams from them.
Yeah.
Yankees need relievers.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that would be upsetting. I did see someone tweet and said, as a Mets fan, I've seen a lot of heartbreaking and, unfortunate situations in my days. Yeah. He said hearing the trumpets at Yankee Stadium would probably be up there in the top 5.
That would ruin it for me. That would ruin it.
Yeah, I would think it's a dumb gag at that point if if he went over there. But no, I think he goes back to the Mets also. I know they're trying to change a lot of the culture. I know they
Yeah.
just got Devin Williams, but if you go 8-9 Diaz Williams, you still have a lot to pay for everything else. And something we could touch on in another episode is Steve Cohen's new casino. I mean,
Woo, yeah.
he'll be able to have all the money he wants to pay for all these guys.
Watching a Mets loss and then losing the money at the casino.
It's going to be tough, and then just being able to stay at the hotel, not going to be great.
Not great.
Another power hitter we wanted to talk about, another intriguing one, is Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah, dude. Good call. I'll let you go first, and then I'll go second on this one.
Yeah, a lot of these I've stayed the course. I think it goes back to Philadelphia. I think that team is in a weird spot. They have an aging core, but he just had his career year. Obviously, that team offense revolved around him as a leadoff hitter. I don't see how you don't give him a blank check if you're the GM of the Phillies.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. But I don't think he goes back there. I think he's going to go to the Red Sox.
Okay, wow.
The Red Sox are very, very high on a lot of the Phillies guys. I was watching MLB Network the other day. They like him and Real Muto a lot, and I think they're going to get one of them.
Gotcha.
I don't think Philly's going to be able to retain both those guys again.
Yeah, probably not, especially with whatever number Schwarber is going to want. And Real Muto's kind of aging too. He's still great defensively, of course, but
but his bat hasn't been the same the last couple of years.
No, you're right about that one. That could be a good fit. I could definitely see that. And kind of getting another top free agent starter is from the Astros, Framber Valdez. Very underrated workhorse. Puts up quality start after quality start. I mean, pitches innings every year. Kind of a guy that you could have as your one, but definitely a very solid two, at the worst, or three. He's great. So, Carl, where do you think that guy's going to end up?
I could see him again going back to Houston, but I would like to see him go to Seattle. I think that would be a crazy, sneaky spot for him to go.
That definitely would be, especially with that rotation that's already very solid. To just add just another solid piece would definitely help that team.
I think it would help put them over the hump over there.
Yeah, no, I think you're right, and I guess kind of another team that was trending in a better direction last year and is only going to go up. I think as a team you just mentioned, I think it goes to the Red Sox.
That's a good one too.
Yeah, obviously you have Cochette right at the top, but just to add another lefty as either your 2 or 3 starter, depending how things shake out. You have a lot of offensive weapons. Maybe you add a couple, but Valdez can really help shape that rotation even further.
100%.
And then another top outfielder, which his market, there will be a lot of guys looking at him, is Kyle Tucker.
This one's interesting.
Yeah, Kyle Tucker. Obviously had a little up and down year.
Yeah.
Struggled at the end. So, where do you think he ends up? He's going to be coveted.
I think the Mets are going to make a really hard push for him.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to end up going there.
You think he'll be a Met? Okay. Yeah. Nice.
He'll be a Met.
Wouldn't mind that. I think another high-powered, high-paying team is going to get him, and I think it's going to be the Dodgers. I think the Dodgers are going to go get him coming off back-to-back World Series. I mean, you think how could you add another bat to that lineup of all-stars?
How could you?
I know.
How?
I don't know, but they'll find a way with deferred money and all that stuff. And I think he goes over there. I mean, Mookie doesn't even play the outfield anymore. I mean, if you really look at it, it's crazy that they do need an outfielder. It's hard to believe, right? But they kind of could use another one. But regardless.
Right.
Yeah. And for this episode, last but not least, another interesting name is Bo Bichette, shortstop. But I know a lot of teams have apparently been looking at him to possibly play third, maybe second. So, I wouldn't rule out any team that has a shortstop to put him somewhere. So, Carl, where do you think Bichette lands?
I have another fun spot for him to go. Fun is the word of the day.
I love it.
But Houston. I think that if to pair him with Correa and also Altuve, the later ends of their career, I think that would be cool.
Yeah,
he would kind of build that new regime. Next coming up with the shortstop they have. What's his name?
Pena. Pena. They said Pena. Yeah.
He's good. He's at short, but he had a good postseason, but he hasn't really been playing great since.
Yeah.
Kind of just like, build the core a little bit around Bo Bichette and him. See what happens.
Yeah, I think that could be interesting. Like you said, like obviously Correa and Altuve are aging, but you still have Jordan, you have Bichette, you have Pena. You can try and as you transition to a younger team to get the old guys before they retire.
Yeah,
not a bad move for sure. I'm being biased with this answer. I think the Giants.
That was my second pick. Yeah, I love
they
that.
They need a second baseman. I would love to put him there. You already have Chapman and Adames on the left side. Go get a second baseman. That was one of their biggest problems. If he's willing to play there, I say you put him there. What do you give him the money he wants? So
I really like that. I think the Giants, he would be a good fit. He just looks like a Giant in my opinion.
Exactly. So I hope he ends up there. But it's obviously not me even reaching. I think they obviously need it. So
him and Willie Adames up the middle too.
Exactly. So could be good. And I know we had those 8, but one I just wanted to mention too, who is not a free agent, but just to get your thoughts quickly, is Tarek Skubal. You think he moves? And if so, where?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know where he would go. I think if the Tigers would be stupid to do that.
Very.
They would get a haul for him for sure.
Yeah.
But like he's kind of like the heart and soul of that team right now. He's like kind of the reason why that Tigers team has been playing so well. So
yeah.
I guess if he were to move, I could see the Mets making a stupid trade to get him.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would be a stupid trade. Maybe it would, maybe it wouldn't. I think you would have to give up way too much to get somebody like that.
Yeah.
So I think you have to be a contender, really.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's going to take obviously the right package. I mean, I've seen some mock trades from, the Mets and say the Giants, the Red Sox, all these teams who kind of have some guys that they can get rid of. But yeah, you have to be in a spot where, and not get rid of too much where it doesn't change the whole team and rely on just a pitcher. It's always scary to rely on a pitcher, even though he is so proven. You never know how those arms are going to hold up, So how much are you willing to give up? I think they'd be dumb to get rid of him, the Tigers. I say they hold on to him at least for this year and, probably give him a contract.
Yeah, I would give him a contract. I think he's just so good on that team. I think you just got to leave him there.
Exactly. Why get rid of your best pitcher as you're finally turning around the franchise, making playoffs again?
Exactly. I mean, they haven't been good since Miguel Cabrera was there, So he was much making triple crowns, hitting dingers.
Yeah, exactly. So, I'm interested to see how the winter meetings go next week. In years past, everyone used to sign. Now no one signs at these winter meetings. I'm hoping everyone does, but
I don't think anybody's going to sign. I'm against it.
Yeah, I say we get like 2 of these guys. Guys we didn't even next episode, if they don't sign, we'll get into some of the free agents from Japan. We didn't even talk on those guys. Yeah. There's a few out there that are good. But yeah, let us know also what you guys think, where they're going to go.
And let us know what you think about Stranger Things.
I know. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know we talked a lot of Stranger Things, but we couldn't wait to discuss it all, and baseball as well. Thanks again always for listening, and we'll be back in a couple of weeks with another episode.
Execute Order 66.
Peace out, guys.